Am I really that much to handle? Breaking these niggas down like a camel. You don't really know you are.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Brittany, and I'm back with another video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, all that. And we are here with episode 18 of Baddies Africa. So yeah, let's get into it. So the episode starts with the girls in their separate groups, and they're giving back to a charity event. Y'all, honestly, it was a very touching moment. It kind of humanized the girls a little bit. Like, there was no arguing, fighting. Everyone was able to put differences aside, even though they were in separate groups. You know, still there was no even talking about anything that happened before. They were able to give out backpacks, you know, sing and dance with the children in the community, and it was a very touching moment. You know, some of the girls even wore their natural hair so they can, you know, not look too flashy. Summer even opened up and said that she used to live like this, and it was a very touching moment. And Dolly said something very important. She said that even though these kids live in this type of environment, they're still singing, dancing, and they're probably happier than what they are. And it's like, they probably are, because and y'all, I'm not even trying to bring any type of negativity into this, but she made a good comparison, because you guys are sitting here throwing things like Rolexes and pines, you know, picking up poop, and it's like, I know you guys are not 100% happy with that. Y'all are just unfortunately doing this to get money, and these kids are sitting here, they're living unfortunately so terribly, and they were actually happy to see you guys even before they knew they were getting all the backpacks and the money at the charity. So honestly, it was a very touching moment, and I was honestly happy that Dolly pointed that out. Like I said, it kind of humanized them a little bit. Like, it was a good moment. And the next day, we see the girls in separate groups, and honestly, what killed me are the double standards. We see the Pretty Three, and they're with Rolly and Scotty, and they talk about how it was gross that Summer and Dolly were sitting here throwing the poop. But it's just like, y'all's friend Code Killer did it too.
Have a shit party, let's do it. What up, bitch? Yeah, we on that. Don't shoot that low. No, like this. I know. Fuck is bitches talking about? Pick it up. Where the fuck is Dolly? Where's Dolly? Where the fuck is Dolly?
And yeah, the only reason why she did it is because they did it first. But it's just like, am I the only one that finds it gross and disgusting on Cold Killer's part that she actually touched poop and lowered herself to that standard where she did it too? Like, that bothers me so bad, because if somebody threw poop at me, the thought wouldn't even go to my mind like, oh, let me get back and do it next. I would be like, yo, if someone doesn't have an issue throwing poop at me, why would me throwing poop at them be their get back? Because clearly they don't care about it if they touched it enough to throw it at me. So it's just like, girl, it's like, and I just hate the double standard that they're not calling Cold Killer out about this, that we just pretending like that didn't happen because they did it to her first. It's just like, the double standard is killing me on that, like, because it's just gross regardless. But one thing I can agree with that they did say is Dolly ducking fades, because yeah, Ivory called Dolly out on that fade ever since they fought outside the little kitchen that time in the little Baddies hotel. And instead of fighting Ivory, because she said she need both hands to fight Ivory, she's fighting Cold Killer and jumping them and throwing poop at them with one hand, and also using her injured hand that she said she needed for Ivory to fight. And it's just like, honestly, Dolly should have just stayed on injury reserve the rest of the season, because it's just like, you're losing credibility. You're looking corny of the fact that your op is leaving and you decided to turn up with your friends when your op leave. Because it's just like, no lie, Summer can handle them, Lex can handle them. They don't need you to jump in the fight with your broken arm. It's just like, you just look corny. Because if Ivory were here, you would not be even fighting them. You would be like, bruh, no, I'm not trying to fight because I need both my hands. You would not be fighting Cold Killer and them if Ivory were here. because you will look scary, you will look lame, but you're doing this because Ivory isn't here. So yeah, it definitely does give picking and choosing, and I cannot respect Dolly for that at all. And then they're talking about Lex, and then Scotty says she doesn't understand why Lex is upset over the wig because Lex threw Tavi's wig in a fire pit. However, Lex did say she did that on accident though.
I got Tavi's wig and I'm swinging it around and I accidentally put that bitch in the fire. Now really, I did not mean to do that. I promise you I did not mean to do that. At least I tried to get it out the fire.
So it's just like, you know, I'm not even going, I can't really use that because she said she did that on accident. She did that on accident. And then she also feels like she gave Lex a storyline, and it's just like, no lie. Lex and Dolly and Summer been having a storyline since day one with Fauna and K Rican and Code Killer in them. So it's like she necessarily didn't need you for a storyline. She just added you to her storyline. So it's just like, yeah. And at this point, it's just like, Scotty, if you, like, I get it, you don't want beef with Lex, but it's just like, if you really don't want beef with Lex, you gonna, like, I don't know, maybe you're gonna have to sit the girl down and be like, I don't want beef with Lex. Then Rolly talks about how the special guests are here, but she's excited to meet Amber Rose, but she's not excited to meet Tommy. And basically when she sees Tommy is up, and I was just like, okay, let's see how that goes. So then the big three, Choco and Russian, are talking, and then they get to talking about something that happened off camera. So it's just like, that's irrelevant because we didn't see it. Then Big Lex basically says that it's up with everyone and she feels like she's been being antagonized, and it's just like, yeah, Scotty did rip her wig, and Scotty didn't own up to the fact that she ripped her wig. So the fact that Lex feels antagonized, low-key violated, it's just like, yeah, because y'all did rip the girl's wig, and then you didn't say you ripped the girl's wig, and not only did you not own up to it, now you got 3 other people that are added to the hit list because she feels like all of y'all were playing with her wig is the bad thing. It's just like, no lie, Scotty, you just need to own up and say you messed with the girl's wig. Next, some of the girls are hanging, you know, around the pool, and for some reason Tavi still thinks she beat up Lex. She like, oh, I hurt her pride and I did, and it's just like, at this point, I feel like your pride is hurt because of the fact that you can't admit that you got beat up by this girl. And it's just like, aren't you turning like probably 40 plus? Like, you should not be lying with yourself and being this delulu. Like, I get it, all the younger girls are in your head, but someone needs to be the mature adult and be like, let me hold your hand when I say this. Every time you want to get Lex, she whooped your ass. But Tavi said, you know, her birthday is coming up and she doesn't want to fight Lex because her birthday is coming up and she doesn't want to, you know, look dusty on her birthday, which I understand. But it's just like, you can't expect to tell your op like, hey girl, you know, I know we got beef. And I know we've been arguing and fighting for the past, you know, week and a half and whatnot. But and even though, you know, we've been talking crap recently, you know, with each other, my birthday's coming up. So, yeah, can we just, like, chill for at least 24 hours, maybe even 12 hours? And, you know, then we can go back to hating each other. Like, Tavi, be for real. Like, in the perfect world, yeah, you can reason with your op. But girl, in the real world, no. Why would you just tell someone like, hey, you know, let's be cool for 24 hours, and they just be like, yeah. So the big three hear that the girls are downstairs in the pool, but when they come down, what was weird to me is that Dolly's just like, Elsie, you with these girls, you with the us. First of all, what killed me is Elsie automatically, no, but I heard that Tavi said, Lex, that, you know, she needs that from you after her birthday. And it's just like, Elsie, like, I get it, you don't like Tavi, but you were just vibing, chilling with the other girls. Like, just because it seems like you're more cool with these girls does not mean you can't be in the pool chilling with these girls, because y'all wasn't arguing or fighting, and not like you was actually talking to them. It just seemed like y'all was taking shots and drinking by the pool. So it's just like, don't let Dolly and them tell you that you can't be cordial with the other girls, because not like if things happen and you were getting jumped, then these other girls will jump in for you. Like, Dolly, yeah, she jumped in for Summer with a broken arm, but she's not doing that for you. So it's just like, her saying that was low-key kind of weird. And Elsie's response and just automatically telling them, like, yeah, they were talking about y'all, was even weirder. Like, girl, what? So everybody is saying they want to fight on their own time, but Lex is saying she want to fight them on her time. Tavi and Scotty said they want to fight them when they feel like it, but Lex says she don't want to wait, and they said, well, you gonna have a choice. You not gonna have a choice but to wait. But Lex keeps saying, nah, we gonna fight on my time. No, we gonna fight on my time. Blah, blah, blah. So we don't know what time they gonna fight. We don't know. But I know if it's up to Scotty, maybe they never gonna fight. If it's up to Tavi, 100% after her birthday. And if it's on Lex time, then it's gonna be right here, right now. Right here, right now. And I ain't gonna lie, Lex low-key clappy.
Talk shit, get hit. Like, I hate when a bitch talks shit and they want to play victim, like, you're not a fighter, you're not this, you're not that. Well, then shut the fuck up.
Because before the big three came down there, Tavi, you were just talking crap about them in the pool, talking about how you need that. And then Scotty, before you even came up to the pool, you were with the pretty three talking to them about how you were giving Lex a storyline because of the fact that she needs that from you. Like, it's not like both of them are sitting here saying, I mean, like, I'm just gonna sit her down, talk to her, and then we're gonna figure out the issue because I'm done with this. Like, but the thing is, I get it. You don't want to look scary, but the thing is, me personally, if I really am done with fighting with somebody and don't want an op, I promise you, I'm sitting them down and talking about it. And then whatever happens next is on that person. But at least I can sit here and say, I talked to her because I'm over it. But y'all are sitting here low-key adding fuel to the fire, talking about, I made her have a storyline. Or, oh, I'm going to get that after my birthday. Or, oh, she did this. Oh, you ripping up the girl's wig. You could have just gave her the wig back. But like I said, I get it. Y'all don't want to look scary, but it's really adding fuel to the fire. I ain't gonna lie. Out of nowhere, DTV low-key pissed me off because she's splashing water on Choco. Choco is saying, girl, I don't want to fight you. I'm still sick. And y'all, no lie, no shade. Choco just need to go home. Because if people are sick to the point where they shivering, is low-key giving the flu and all that, and I ain't with the getting sick shit. Babe, go home. But at the same time, DTV antagonizing her like that was low-key kind of lame. Like, if the girl says she ain't want to fight you, why are you splashing water on her? Not like she was in the pool. It's just like, girl, just go swim. Just go do something. Then in the back, we see that Lex and Scotty are playing cat and mouse again. And no lie, Scotty was the mouse and Lex was the cat. And like I said, I don't think Scotty is scared of Lex. Because I feel like if she was scared of her, she wouldn't indulge in it at all. But at the same time, she knows that Lex can beat her ass. So she really doesn't want to fight her. So she tries to avoid the fight with her, because like, even hearing it in her voice, get away from me, Lex. Like, it was literally giving like, girl, get away from me. I don't want no smoke. I don't want to fight you. But Lex is just really not trying to let up. And Scotty was hella delulu, talking about she thought they were having a water fight.
But you coming at me, I really didn't even think you was gonna hit me. I thought we was about to play a little water wars or whatever the fuck. But you put your hands on me. Motherfucking Joanna, man, back the fuck up, bitch.
Like, who just plays water games with their op? Like, Scotty, don't piss me off. And bro, I was crying at security busting their ass trying to get to their CEO's first lady. Like, they, oh my gosh. Oh, after they like have their little thing or whatever you want to call it, like, Lex ends up getting both of their wigs, throws Scotty's wig over the ledge. So I ain't gonna lie. It was low-key wig for a wig. So Scotty is just like, Lex, you know, tell me what it is. Like, what's your issue with me? And as she's saying that, like, Lex is on her way walking to Scotty, and DTB is trying to get into the middle of it. And no lie, Lex is just like, she's walking towards her like that, Scotty decides to turn around of all things. Why would you turn around? So when she turns around, Lex just ends up giving her like 2 little binks in the back of the head. But that's when Scotty decides to turn around, you know, gives her like 1 little punch, and Lex, you know, was able to fall back in the pool. So, but my thing is, Scotty, why would you turn around? Like, for real. But like I said, Scotty said something about, you know, Lex looking like a bully and woo. But it's just like, girl, 10 minutes ago, you was just downstairs talking crap about her, talking about how you was giving her a storyline. You ripped up the girl's wig like 15 hours before. So it's just like, if she really wanted to get her lick back for her wig, and by her throwing her wig over the ledge, then it's like she's getting her lick back for her wig. You just so happened to turn around because, but my thing is, Lex, I'm guessing she had no choice but to fight her in the water because she knew security wasn't gonna get in there. But it's just like, Scotty, why would you turn around? Like, for real. Like, I'm guessing because she was in the water, she couldn't use her like signature little kick move to kind of like catch her off guard a little bit. But it's just like, no lie, you took your little L when you turned around. And it's just like, honestly, I just feel like if she's done fighting big Lex for real, she need to call one of them little one-on-ones that her and Natalie and Rolly and Slim be doing, and then they need to have one of those little conversations. And then whatever happens next, then that's gonna be on big Lex. Because no lie, Scotty, like, no shade, she was just kind of talking crap about her 15 minutes before, and then she ripped up the girl's wig. So it's just like, I can't really be like, oh my gosh, Big Lex was wrong for that. Like, I can't really do that this time. Like, no shade. Then afterwards, they're calling each other ugly and things like that. And it's just like, it's to the point where it's just like, their issue is just low-key kind of weird. Because it's just like, are we fighting because one thinks one is prettier than the other, one thinks they're better than the other, is one just like, it's like, I don't know, the issue between them is just weird. So they need to call one of them little one-on-ones where they just talk and do whatever. Because it's like I said, security was about to bust their ass running over there because like I said, the thing that is crazier about this whole issue is that Lex can't really, that's why I said it low-key gives cat and mouse. Like, y'all know Tom and Jerry, like, they had no choice but to try to kill each other, but at the end of the day, they was really just playing. Because sometimes it seemed like Lex, like, the way she beat Tavi ass is not the way she be trying to beat Scotty's ass. Because she know at the end of the day, like, damn, this is one of Lemmy's, his favorite side chick. So it's just like, Scotty, no lie, just ask your mans if y'all can sit down and talk so you can avoid all this. Because clearly you know you can't beat her up, and clearly Lex knows she can't beat Scotty up like she want to. And it's like, y'all's little issue is low-key kind of weird. Then like I said, the fact that it's gonna be wigs getting ripped up and crap being talked, and then, you know, when hands are thrown, it's like a different type of thing. And it's just like, I'm really don't like that, because it made both of y'all look bad. Because it's like, you got one fandom thinking like one's a bully, then you got the other fandom think that one's playing victim, but when in reality the issue is on both sides. Because if Scotty really didn't want this issue with Lex like she really said, then she would not be ripping up the girl's wig and doing all this other stuff. And if Lex really didn't want this issue with Scotty, then she would not be binking her in the back of the head when the girl isn't turned around. It's like, clearly the issue is issuing. Because it's like, if I don't really want to fight a girl when she turn around, then it's just like, okay, let me leave the girl alone because she don't really want to fight. But if I feel like I really got to catch a girl off guard to beat her ass, then it's like, nah, we really got an issue. So it's like, yeah, this issue is low-key on both sides, no lie. Then later Natalie comes, and y'all, no lie, I was living for Natalie this scene. Like, it was giving EP. She was eating the girls up. When she came down, it was just like, okay, I was happy for y'all because of the event. But she said, however, Marissa, let me get on you.
And I'm hearing people are complaining. Marissa, you were upset about how you looked. You guys are fighting. You guys are getting black eyes. Rolly and Slim blacked my eye out. And I made a t-shirt and made millions of dollars off of it. It literally said, I still run LA. I don't give a fuck about your black eye. I'm gonna be real with you. It actually fucking irritated my soul. Because you then proceeded to say, she doesn't want to be here. Diamond doesn't want to be here. You have a problem. You want to go? I will gladly help you pack your shit. I don't give a fuck.
And my thing about this whole thing is when Marissa and Summer fight, she swung on Marissa first. When after her and Summer fought the second time, she's the one that yelled in the camera talking about she want to fight all day. So I get she was mad when Summer snuck her. Like, that was messed up. But it's just like, girl, if you really didn't want no beef, you really wouldn't have swung on Summer the first time. And then after that fight, you would have been like, yeah, no, this isn't for me. This is a lie. So it's just like, okay, you mad that your face was messed up, but you knew what show you were coming on, and you're the reason why your face is messed up, because you wanted to indulge in all these fights. So yeah, I'm like, Natalie, if you want to leave, you can honestly leave. We don't want you to be here anyways. I honestly forgot Marissa was on this show, and you're supposed to be the celebrity guest, and none of us know why you're the celebrity guest, because we don't even know why you're the celebrity. We don't know how you're a celebrity, when you even became a celebrity. So it's like, if Marissa wants to leave, then no lie, she can go. I agree with Natalie. And Tavi and DTB's name gets into it, and then Tavi says she only said what she said about her face because of her birthday. And it's just like, okay, if you want to look cute for your birthday, I get it. DTB's name gets into it, and then Natalie goes off on DTB, but it's like, she didn't have that same energy for Tavi. So, but whatever, we ain't gonna get too deep into that. But it's like, she went off on Marissa and DTV, but when it got to Tavi, she was just like, yeah, I understand. But DTV was just like, she's tired of this, she's tired of that. And it's just like, no lie, I feel like anybody that doesn't want to be there can leave, because not like this is DTV's first time riding the rodeo. Girl, this is your third season. You was just splashing water on Choco 12 minutes ago. So it's just like, if you're so tired of the drama and the BS, why are you antagonizing people? Why are you throwing water on Choco? Why are you doing stuff that gives you want to fight? Like, eyes confusion. So Natalie's just like, okay, I have 2 more baddies coming in. So then we see Amber and then her niece. Who is her niece? Latina come in. Latina comes in, which is her niece. And Latina came in on 10 automatically. So Latina's just like, she's here to take DTV's place. So she runs up on DTP, and it looked like she's getting Dan up. Ran up and got Dan up. And it's just like, I really can't wait to see that. But it's like, I thought we were going to see that this week. Don't know why we're seeing it next week. So, but I'm happy of the fact that DTB is beating her ass. Because it's just like, girl, like Scotty said,
I'm not quite sure why you're bringing in Latina. She wants to be a replacement. But what's going on? She don't know DTB. She's basically just here to put out Natalie's fire at this moment in time.
You came in here to put out the fire, and yeah, I'm glad. I hope DTV beating her up added more fuel to her own fire, charged her own battery, because it's just like, yeah, Latina, go back where you came from. So yeah, y'all, we see Latina's getting beat up. We see Fauna versus Summer, Lex versus Tavi, Lex versus Cold Killer. Tommy comes in and her and Rolly fight, and then K Rican has to leave, which I'm upset about that, because she's the most entertaining person in their little trio. So it's just like, damn. So yeah, y'all, when y'all see next week, I'm gonna see next week, and I'm gonna be back on here talking about it again. So until the meantime, just make sure that y'all like, comment, subscribe, share, all that.